Welcome back to the channel, guys. Been a while, been very busy here lately. Did put a video up of us plowing the garden. Now we're back to working on the juggernaut. So on this video today, we're going to be painting front inner fender liners, installing those, and installing rear inner fender liners. The front ones are Artec. You'll see more on how I feel about those in the video. And the rear ones are Calliert from Amazon. You'll see how I like those. I go through the whole process and I'll show you a complete finished product. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and enjoy.
Alright guys, I have some inner fenders for the JT, the Gladiator. These are the Artec Industries inner fenders. They're aluminum. And as you can see, this cutout right here, that's made for an upcoming project, which is going to be the Falcon shocks with the reservoir that goes that way. So went ahead and got these for them. And again, I have an uncunning way to have people send me stuff to install that don't include instructions. So it's okay, there's enough videos out there. We'll get the instructions. We're gonna paint these. I'm gonna prime them and then paint them black and maybe do some red accent on that Artec design there. We'll see. Y'all just stay tuned. This is a self-etching primer in gray, so we will just lightly spray this on here. I'm about out. Fortunately, I'm hoping I got enough to go through all the fenders. It won't take that too long to dry. We'll come back and put a little black spray paint on it. And we'll see what we have. Alright. Look like they're dry, so we're gonna spray the first coat black. Get the fronts, or the front part of these fenders. I guess, I don't know, I don't have the instructions. Can y'all tell me which one this is, or which part this is? Front, I guess it's the front. It's got the emblem. Alright, we will let these dry, probably overnight, and then we'll tape it off and paint our little A's there, or our symbols red, just because I want to. Paint is dry, and as you can see, that's what that Rust-Oleum does. You know, it's got the different weird glares, the haziness at different spots. That's okay. If we choose to do something else, we can paint it while on the vehicle, but I am going to paint our diamonds or our A's, whatever it is there, red. I'm going to tape those off now and paint those. We got this here tape that I'm going to try. We'll just put it on there and it folds out. It's got paper on it already. So we'll just go along the inside edge here. Hopefully when we pull this back off, it doesn't damage our, I'm going to get something cut that way. It doesn't damage our paint that's on there. You tear that, try to tear it straight, not like I do. I'm going to have to get another roll of this. So, this is empty. So I'll get some blue tape, tape the inside of that, and this will be ready to paint. Alright. Rust-Oleum. Only thing I don't know about is gloss, so I don't even know what I painted these with. I normally don't use gloss paint for nearly anything. Alright. Let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and tape up and do the other one, and then I'll show you what it looks like dry. Then we'll pull the Jeep in here and install the fronts and rears. The fronts are the Artec. The rears are Calliert, Amazon. They're aluminum too. They were the nicest Fender I mean, these right here I spent, I think it was like $290, and I think I got maybe like $130 in those. So yeah, I'm not spending a whole lot of money here. I'm not trying to. All right, that's the finished product. Looks pretty good. We're gonna let this dry some more, so I'm gonna move these out of the way, pull the Gladiator in, and start on the rears. Right here's where I wished I had one of those soda blasters or a dry ice blaster to get rid of all that stuff. I don't have time to sit here and brush every inch of this with the tires off inside my shop. If I had one of those, I'd just whip down through there and get all that stuff off. And then get all that undercoating that the previous owners put on. One day, I'm gonna wrap my brakes. I'll show you that too. All right, here's the Calliert rear aluminum fenders. Big old box, kind of heavy. Made in China. Free tariff. Alright, so we've got a bunch of pieces in here. And we do have instructions. So this is going to take me a minute. I'm going to read the instructions. Try to identify all my parts. I'll bring you back when we are putting them on. Hey, they're even numbered, which is not what I can say with the Artec. And my phone went through an update, and I hate that. I don't understand why they got to go through so many updates, but in the words of Blake, my friend, it is what it is. Just putting on all these clips. Somehow I got one stuck. Okay, just loosely put those on. This says number 2, so I'm going to put the ones on it. Shows them putting on pretty much everywhere, so I'm going to put those on. And be ready. And I think we put this on to this prior to moving forward. All right, looking at the next page, we got to add a couple more U-nuts or whatever, the U-nut clips to this. So there and there. All right, now we should be able to attach this to this other one. Let's go and put this one here. All right. Mount this guy using stuff that you want to use at a place you want to use it at, because we're just going to kind of guess. All right. So I'm going to continue putting this on. Putting this together. I'll get us to the point where we're supposed to stop here on both these fenders and bring you back when we actually put it on this side. Well, guys, you guessed it. We have an issue. All right, so first issue, we've got aftermarket fenders. So there's a couple holes just don't line up. There's not holes in these fenders where there's a hole in the body panel. Okay, but then these 3 tabs right here, I sold my inner fenders and the other fenders, and I sold those to the guy that bought the fenders. So now I have to remove one of those clips because, as far as I can tell, it's not the same size. Take it to the hardware store and find something to fit in it. So that's what we're going to do. And guess what? We're going to have time for paint to dry on stuff. So I'll be back whenever I get this resolved. All right. So after spending a lot of time at the store chasing parts, trying to find parts, I found out if you remove your inner fenders, don't remove these 3 bolts. You go in these little lock tabs. The thing I realized is I don't need my U clips up here because I've got bolts and nuts up there now. So I can take the U clips off and use them here, and then use supplied bolts to go in there, and use these bolts and nuts that are already attached up here to hold the fender on. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll get one of these guys started here. Maybe. Looks good. It's nice and tight. Remember, guys, to put your washer on before you put that in there. Don't be a boob. We're just going to throw all this stuff out on the floor because I'm tired of fighting to get it out the bag. Is that washer big enough? No. Okay. So we will use a larger washer. Go ahead and get one of these other ones started. I've got more washers over there. I'll go get one here in a minute. So I don't know where we're actually supposed to use those washers at. So to get this to work, we're going to have to take this guy off so we can get in there to our bolt up here. There's one thing about it. If there's an issue going to arise, I guarantee you, you can see it here. I may not fix it the way other people are going to fix it, but you're going to see the issue. There's not going to be a missed opportunity for an issue. That's for sure. All right, so we'll put our bolt back through that and get it tight prior to moving forward, because this is your last opportunity to get that in there and tight. And why won't it go in there? That one I'm just having trouble getting behind there. I'm gonna go get my tape the thing to it, and go from there. All right, we got our nut taped in there. We'll try to get it in the right spot. There it is, ish. And then we will try to put our bolt into it. All right, that's started, I think. Or no, another hand. Anybody got any more hands? All right, there's that. All right, this one will go in right here. Somewhere like that. We will get this bolt started first, and then get the rest. All right, there's that one. That looks slick in there. It does. It looks slick. It'll be worth it. Once we get it done, it'll be worth it. Can't believe that worked. Okay. Well, we lost our tape, but that's okay. All right, I haven't even looked at this back one, what we're going to have to do back here, but I do know I can go ahead and put this guy in now and go ahead and get these two bolts in, so I'll go to do that now. think that's the reason why people don't send me instructions. It's not because I won't follow them. Most of the time we can't follow them. I want to follow them. I do. Just sometimes I can't. All right. Ready to put this back wheel on now. So it's going to go. Ah. Okay. Move that one. Clip there, U-clip there. And then this one, like I said, got bolts to go through there. So, a couple pieces of advice: do your outer fenders and your inner fenders at the same time, and you will likely save a good bit of heartache or just struggle, just due to only having to line it up one time. I mean, kind of right now we're kind of reworking a bunch of stuff. Just no fault of the fenders, either set of them. It's just not stock. So, okay. For that one, I'm going to leave the ulti-clip on. I keep saying ulti-clip. U-clip. Due to the fact that there's no way to get my hand back in there. So, and that one's not really a heavy duty one. So. All we need is it to be long enough to reach. It might be. It might not be. I feel like there's just too much flex in my U-clip. So therefore we're gonna massage flex out, hopefully. That should do it. We'll see if it does. We're gonna take this one off. We're gonna start down here. Only thing I know to do different. Do a little more massaging. There we go. How you like it? That was way harder than it ever should have been. All right, that one's in. All right, this one's in. Really nice, good and sturdy. We are gonna put one more bolt there. Just gotta find a washer for it, but it's in. All right, both the backs are done. We're gonna get the wheels installed. Then we'll move along to the fronts. Look good. And anybody's wondering, you can still get to all your suspension stuff as well. All right, surprise, surprise, we already got fitment issues. Like I said, about impossible to do without instructions, but we're just trying to figure it out as we go. Okay, so this guy goes up in here. Okay, so it looks like we're going to do that. So we need to get my zip ties and tidy this all up before we go further. I'll tidy all that up there. And as I was saying, it's fitment issues you'll see here shortly. Let me get some more light on the situation. Clip that off. So take out this whole wiring harness here, one in here, and there's a couple of clips down through here. Take all those out, button them back. All right, so now we take this back piece. So it's supposed to slide up, it does. Okay, so we will put those in. Somewhere there's supposed to be where we install a riv nut. I got to figure that part out because I don't know where that is. It might be right here, might be right here, might be right here. I'll find out. All right, and of course, it isn't how it's supposed to be. So, right here, on the instructions or on the internet, it says there's supposed to be a coolant tank there. As you can see, the coolant tank's over there. So this must be on the diesel. Maybe the 392s. I don't know. So you use a long bolt there. We don't have that option, so we're gonna have to put a riv nut here. I've got some, so we're gonna use an 8mm. Gonna drill this out. There's not enough room to get it up in there. Get it in the hole and squeeze it. Doubt it'll work. We'll see. I know I've got to put a riv nut down here, I believe. That's their supplied one. Who knows what you're supposed to do up here because it doesn't say anything. So we'll go back to the 25/64 drill bit. Drill this out. And then do a whole lot left of that. Do their supplied stuff here. Sorry guys, you missed me putting that on. Pretty much all you do is put it in right here. Zip it in. I'll show you on this one up here. The one I just put on from our factory. I don't really know. I trust this, but we'll see. Alright, seems to work. And I'll show you me tightening that one up a little bit more. Just afraid I'm gonna destroy the little thing because there's not a whole lot there. Put that there. And it seems to work. So, alright, we should be able to put this one on now. Up in there. Again, not with the products they give us. Oh. They didn't give us any washers. So I guess we don't need washers. Washers are just for looks, clearly. Get this one started, get the other one started, then tighten them down. Yeah, maybe. Leave this one loose because I think the other belt, other part comes in here. I think the front kind of hooks up in there. So leave that one loose. Tighten this one down. So that'll do a good job of keeping mud out from in this hole here. That was open, it's like an open cavity. So that'll do a good job there. All right, so now we will put this up here. We got a mark for holes along this piece here that we will put nut circs in, and then we just button it up and we're done. Go over to the passenger side. I do have to take the body clip off right here. I'll show you that here in a second too. All right, so now we're gonna get up in here. I got a couple of Sharpies. We'll stack them up there. Pick this thing up and set it up in here somehow. Kind of gotta figure out how it's gonna go. I think that goes behind there. There we go. All right, so it goes up in here something like this. That's gonna go back in there, so we're gonna loosen that up a little bit. Don't enjoy that. How hard that is already. All right, so that's gonna slip up in behind there, like so. My lights are gonna have to be moved. So we'll have to do that. And this thing got behind it. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna have to move my lights real quick. Or the power from the lights. All right. Put it up there again. I'm going to bend that tab for sure, just to get it off of there. All right. So that's kind of where we need to be, kinda maybe, sorta, kinda. Hey guys, I just say no. I mean, it's gonna fit my new shock when I get it, but I say no to the fender itself. But you're just fitting a loosely fitted piece of aluminum up here and drilling into your Jeep for it. We're gonna carry on just because I need inner fenders. So we'll come back. I'm gonna put the tab up here so I can get it close, and that way I can bolt it to there and mark these once and drill them once. But no, don't get the Artec. Get a 16-inch. Good God. Wrench. Loosen up this body tab here without pulling the Jeep off the lift. Just pick it up a little bit to where you can get this. Now this says L51103 46. Do they do the same thing? I think this one's this one. Yep. Again, that would be a very helpful thing if we had instructions. Just to know that one's there. Go ahead and get a screw for it. So I'm gonna bolt it down. I got short screws, I got long screws. Okay. I'm thinking these are gonna go in those, and the long ones are gonna go in here. That makes sense to y'all? I hope so. That's what we're doing. If not, we'll come back and do something else. Good Lord. Alright, so that's not the right tab there. It's facing the wrong way. Take it back out. Put the other one in. You want your tab facing down. That's there. Let me see if I can get a screw in it. I can tell you one thing. It ought to fit right without messing with stuff, you know? I mean, just look at this. I mean, they don't think that's going to cut that? I mean, that's just not quality stuff. Look at that. That's a 1/2-inch gap. Not quality stuff. So I've got to push that up there and hope I get it lined up twice correctly. Yeah. I mean, it's not Not what I would call quality. All right, I'm gonna take the fender back off. I'll bring you back when I'm drilling the holes. And then we will put this one on and we'll be done with this up. All right, I got our holes marked and punched. We go with our pilot bit. Safety glass is probably good right about now. Who knows what I just got into there, because again, this bit requires you to drill into your Jeep. Lovely. Maybe all of them do, I don't know. The rear one didn't. That's uncomfortable. Good God, I hate that. A little rock and roll outside. These seem to be pretty cheap as well. These, whatever they're called, the Zerk nuts. They kind of warp as they go in. Again, I mean, Northridge sold the kit. Artec created it. I didn't figure I would have an issue with quality on this. I mean, you know, I was thinking, okay. See that? See that? The stupid nut already stripped. So, yeah. Wouldn't think I'd have had a quality issue with this. But there's definitely quality issue. Definitely. Alright guys, I'm still looking for something to help me get this junk fastener out. I'm no longer showing you the install of these inner fenders. I am not recommend you install these on your vehicle. So therefore, I'm not going to show you how to do it. If they don't send you instructions, if you buy this junk and they don't send you instructions, it's your own fault. I'm not going to show you how to do it. I like the back ones. The cheap things from Amazon, they're thicker, aluminum. They're still light, going nice. I like them. This crap, I don't like. I'm gonna install them. I bought them. They're mine. I've painted them. I don't recommend them. I'll bring you back when I get them on. Then I'll put the tires on, bring you back again. Give you the full lowdown. Passenger side, done. I decided to forego their junk and just use self-tapping screws there. I'm just dreading the day that one day I have to take all this crap off. But there's a list of tools, half of them. There's the other half of tools you got to use. There's this side. And I'm gonna put some wheels and tires on. See you in a minute. All right, we're done. I'll take you around the Jeep. It's still in the lift right now, but we're gonna take you down. Here, just 1 second. Here's the Calliert, whatever it is. Really like those. Those are really nice, quality materials. I think that's gonna last for some, you know, if we get into some rocks or trees, stumps, whatever. Those are gonna last. That right there. Pain in the neck. They look all right, but yeah, they're thin. Like this right here. I'll show you that. That'll be tore off. First little snag. Like if I catch a honeysuckle, that's gone. Alright guys, I'm done for the day. I'm wore out. I haven't worked that hard in a long time. Do not recommend the front fender liners, the Artecs. Too hard to install. You got to do too much damage to your vehicle to put them on. And they're flimsy. Hardware's junk that they send with it. And they don't send instructions. Calliert from Amazon. I recommend those. Really nice, thick, solid. Everything fits the way it should. I would do either of these before I put the metal fenders on, or do them at the same time. It'll help with some rework there. Yeah. But I needed fenders, inner fenders, because we're going riding this weekend. Be the video after this one. Yep. So please like, subscribe, share, comment. I think we're up to 108 subscribers now. That's amazing. My goats are ecstatic that that's happening. Aren't you guys? Let you see them real quick. Yeah. They say subscribe, like, share, comment.